I might be able to find the radio station I heard on the recording.
This is a great one. This is a great one. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Amir? Hello.
You're on WHOZ. Enjoy the rest of our weekly country music show.
It's the same show. She's alive.
Who are you talking about? The reporter? I don't see the connection.
It's a live broadcast.
So?
Oh, drop it. The important thing is that Hernandez is alive. Somewhere. We have to find her before it's too late. I have to talk to you, Sheriff. There was a video where I could see Hernandez. She's not far, I'm sure of it. We have to get everything we can on the house.
As soon as the land registry staff has something, they'll contact me.
Have you found anything else on the Anderson case?
No. I looked all over the place. I've even used the metal detector, but all I found was a badge under the floor in the entrance hall. Anderson must have explored the house to see if there was anything of value. As far as I recall, he was the curious type.
If he ran into the killer, I'm afraid his curiosity might have cost him his life.
I have a proposition for you, Agent McPherson. Help me with the Anderson case, and I'll speed things up for you at the land registry. We might as well help each other rather than trying to trip each other up, right?
You're a goddamn opportunist. Okay, deal. I found Anderson's blood on the balcony upstairs. It's probably several months old. Everything I've seen leads me to believe that our killer murdered Anderson. Sorry, Sheriff. Your county has lost a voter.
Well, we know what happened to him. At least I can announce that the case is closed.
Hold back your tears. You don't want to get dehydrated.
You've kept your part of the bargain, Agent McPherson. Now it's my turn. Yes, it's Sheriff Holloway. I need some information on the house now. Yes, immediately. Are you sure? Okay, keep looking and let me know if you find anything.
Well, what do you got?
They found something interesting. An anti-nuclear shelter was built under the house in the 50s.
And where's the entrance to this shelter?
They're looking for up-to-date maps. According to their records, 2 shafts with steel hatches were dug in the ground.
Excellent. We're making progress. We just have to find the hatches. I have to talk to you, Sheriff. You mentioned a metal detector. Can I use it?
Take the key to my car. The detector's in the trunk.
Thanks, Sheriff.
What wouldn't I do to stay in the FBI's good graces?
I wonder how this works. There's an instruction manual in the memory. I better look at it. No effect.
No effect. Weird. The detector shouldn't react to an aluminum can. It's locked. A reference number on a plate. H103123.
That's it. The anti-nuclear shelter is opened.
Do you have something new?
I've managed to open the shelter hatch. I'll go down and try to find Hernandez.
I'm going with you.
I'll call Garrus for backup.
Let me show you something. His last masterpiece. It's called The Betrayal. you've managed to unmask me. It's a shame. I would have liked the game to have gone on a bit longer.
Our relationship, it wasn't a coincidence, was it? You had everything planned from the beginning.
I didn't plan our meeting. You're the one who contacted me during one of your investigations, remember? When I saw your name on my screen, I thought of Gustav McPherson, of course, your grandfather, who Mark Ackerman immortalized in his painting. Could it be that you were his descendant? I made some inquiries, and when I knew who you were, I decided to include you in my work.
So that's it. All these months you were just pretending? How could I have been so stupid?
Vic, you pretend to be as tough as nails, but really you're soft, sentimental.
Richard, how could you have become a murderer?
True artists must rid themselves of all the inhibitions that limit mere mortals. They must overcome all taboos. My grandfather made me understand this. I have freed myself of mediocrity. I've touched the reality which surrounds us. The brutality, the fear, the suffering, the death. Death has filled the void that I have always felt deep inside of me. This absolute, implacable. Its beauty terrifies the weak of spirit. The act of murder, Vic. It's a deeply moving artistic experience. Have you never sensed this? You who keeps company with all these victims and murderers?
You're completely insane.
No, Victoria. I'm free. While you and everyone like you live your lives like blind larvae, imprisoned by your comforting certitudes.
Ackerman killed so he could fill his canvases. Did you murder women to emulate your ancestor?
You don't understand. He didn't kill to paint. My grandfather's true body of work isn't the paintings. His art was murder. By putting these women to death, I've paid homage to Mark Ackerman's genius. I've reproduced the murders that he committed. The paintings are merely the testimony. In embracing my heritage, I had to go beyond mere pictorial imitation. I had to immerse myself in the creative act itself.
Good God, you really are sick. You seem so convinced of what you're saying. Why all this insanity? Because your mother abandoned you? She wanted you to have a chance, a future she couldn't offer you.
She betrayed me. Her only child. Like Beatrice betrayed Mark. Like you would have done too sooner or later. You always end up leaving. I hate you for this. But don't worry. I don't hold grudges. I offer you redemption by placing you at the center of my work.
Richard, I can't let this go on. I'm gonna have to turn you over to the police, Richard.
Finish my days locked in a cell like him? We'll see about that.
Everything's going as planned. I've got both of you. As for Hawker, I took care of him. There are so many possibilities. So many ways to make you suffer. You and McPherson. I must consider this carefully. One thing's for certain. This game ends with me as the winner. Hawker's hanging by a thread. Well, a rope. I hung him from a tree. Isn't that what you'd expect from a murderer? See you very soon, gorgeous.
Asshole! McPherson? Can you hear me?
Shh! You'll bring it back.
Christ! You scared me. I thought that cell was empty.
I haven't eaten in days. You don't have anything, do you?
Sorry. All I had was a few stale cookies, but I was hungry. Have you been here a long time? Have you tried to escape?
I made an attempt early on. I was locked up where you are.
What did you do?
I improvised. I used the fork that he left for my meals. I unscrewed the grate on an old air vent.
And then what happened?
The killer came back right before I made it into the shaft. He convinced me not to try again. Then he threw me in this cell, which is normally reserved for women he's gonna kill. I've been here ever since. In here, the ventilation shaft is welded shut, and the cell door can only be opened remotely. I haven't got a chance.
Do you still have the thing you used to unscrew the grate?
Yeah, I managed to hide it, just in case it might come in handy again.
Throw it over. I'll try to catch it.
Who's gonna die next? You? Me? Your friend?
Who are you? I thought the killer only went for women.
Gary Anderson. I saw the abandoned house while I was out hunting deer. I came in to poke around. The killer took me by surprise while I was snooping upstairs. I tried to escape by going out the balcony, but he caught me. I've been held here for months. He's been torturing me for months. I can't take it anymore. I've lost all hope of leaving this place alive. I'd just like to not suffer anymore.
Maybe I could pass through here, but it's too high. There's a crack in the wall. I can see something shining. Those cookies were disgusting, but I couldn't help finishing the whole pack. Locked. There are 2 names engraved on the ring, John and Susan. This digital lock must open the door. Amphetamines. It's empty. I should neutralize this camera.
Who's gonna die next? You? Me? Your friend?
The killer uses a digital locking system to lock the doors. Have you ever seen him punching in the number from your cell?
Yeah, tons of times. It's 5 or 6 numbers. I'm sure that the code for your cell door begins with a 4. The last digit, I think it's a 5. But I'm not sure about anything else. But what's the point? It's hopeless. I've lost all hope of leaving this place alive. I'd just like to not suffer anymore.
An electronic lock. I don't have the key. Locked. Locked. An electronic lock. I don't have the key. McPherson, do you hear me? It's me, Paloma Hernandez. McPherson, wake up!
Oh, where am I? Hernandez? Christ, I feel so groggy.
We have to get out of here, McPherson. We have to try to escape.
Escape? What? Later. I'll think about that later.
I noticed a digital locking system. We have to input a code. But what is it?
A code? That sort of rings a bell. I found a series of codes in the cellular computer.
Do you remember the numbers?
I can't concentrate. Hold on. I entered them in my smartphone. The only complete code that I have is for the hatch.
I don't want to open the hatch.
I've also got a series of first and last names. On the list, my first name is connected with the name Stanton.
Am I on that list?
Yes, Paloma. Martin. If Hawker's right, it must be the name of a character played by Veronica Lake.
Do you know what the killer intends to do?
He abducted us because he needs poker partners. Now let me sleep. I think I'm gonna take a little nap.
McPherson, wake up! I've got to talk to you!
I think I'm gonna take a little nap.
Gingerbread. Looks a little stale.
Who's gonna die next? You? Me? Your friend?
Here, this will ease your hunger.
Thank you.
I found an empty box of amphetamines in the medicine cabinet. I guess the killer uses it to drug his victims.
He gives me some to take regularly, until I become dependent on them. When he wants to torture me, he stops giving them to me. The suffering makes me crazy.
Do you have any pills left? My friend might need them. The killer drugged her with tranquilizers.
I could give you a couple of pills, if you find Susan's wedding ring. She hid it in your cell.
Who's Susan?
She was very dear to me. He murdered her. The ring is really important to me. Find it, and I'll give you what you want.
That's not your name on the ring. It says John.
Susan and I were close, but she wasn't my wife. Just a friend.
I have that ring you talked about. Take it and give me the amphetamines.
This wedding ring, it's all that I have left of Susan. Here's the last pill.
McPherson, wake up! I've got to talk to you! I found you a little upper. Take this. It's up to you now. I don't want to die here.
Thanks for pulling me out of there, Hernandez. So, you can make yourself useful when absolutely necessary.
There's a man locked up in the other cell. He was the one who gave me the amphetamines. He says he knew one of the victims, Susan. He might be able to help us. It's just that he seems pretty disturbed.
If he's been here for a while, I'm not surprised. The sheriff's metal detector. What is it doing here?
When the FBI notices the disappearance of all these cops, they'll send agents after us, right? Do you have a plan to get us out of here?
We're gonna have to improvise. Stay on your toes, stay alive.
Have you found a lead on the killer's identity?
For now, I know his name, but not his face. Doesn't make any difference. We need to concentrate on surviving, not on whether or not he's got a mustache.
I think Hawker's dead. The killer got him.
The fact that he's not shut up in here with us is not a good sign. As long as I haven't seen a body, there's hope he's still alive. I'm not so sure about Garrus, though. I have a hard time believing he could have avoided falling into the killer's clutches. That sicko out there, has he talked about his plans?
Not really. And I'm not sure I want to know.
So, you're our partner in misfortune. Thanks for the pills.
Don't thank me. I don't know if I did you a favor. The sleeping pills helped to dull the suffering.
We're gonna try and find a way to get you out of here.
It's impossible to escape. There's no hope.
Have you talked to Susan Girilli?
Yes. The killer abducted her shortly after locking me up. He murdered her. Poor Susan. She was so beautiful, so sensitive.
Did you know her before her abduction?
We had an affair. Now she's dead. And soon, we will be too.
If you've been here for a while, perhaps the killer has revealed some of his plans? Megalomaniacs love to boast.
Don't underestimate him. He doesn't talk without a reason.
I wouldn't make the mistake of underestimating him. I know we're dealing with a master of manipulation.
He didn't say anything to me. Just that he intended to settle some outstanding issues.
How did you end up here? Are you from around here?
I found the house while I was hunting in the woods. My name is Gary. I have a farm near Ashland.
Are you Gary Anderson? The county sheriff was investigating your disappearance. I thought you were dead.
He took me by surprise in the house. I don't know why he didn't kill me right away. I would have been better off.
Where are you going? Wait for me. I'm coming with you.
I think you better stay here. Bar the doors. I'll come back to get you.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna see if there's a way out. And there's a computer in the lab. I might be able to make contact with the outside world.
All right. I'll keep both doors secured so the killer can't get in.
Good. I'll be back. Leave the porch light on. Good. Let's be careful. This sicko could be anywhere.